Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People. You have a friend in the media, which is myself. Here to talk to you about this. You got to hear echo for a second. Let me get that fixed. Let me get that fixed. Let me get that fixed. There you go. Sorry about that. But yes, you have a friend in the media, which is myself. Any questions that you have regarding this Carolina Panthers team, I'm your guy to help you out. And let me just say this. In less than 48 hours, I will be on a plane along with Patrick Snyder to Germany to cover your Carolina Panthers. So I think that deserves a little round of applause here. Here we go. There you go. There you go. Yes, I will be in Germany along with Patrick. We will get there. We're leaving Wednesday, technically arriving in Germany Thursday morning, and we're going to hit the ground running, bringing you all everything that we can regarding this Carolina Panthers trip to Germany. Hope that you'll enjoy the ride. Hope that you'll tell a friend. That's the one thing I asked, the biggest, right? We got a GoFundMe that I'm going to talk about here in a split second. But just spread the word about Charlotte Vibe. Help us grow. The bigger we grow, the more that we can do. I'm passionate about covering this team, so certainly would love the opportunity to let more people know about our channel. And lastly, quickly, briefly, our GoFundMe, which you see pinned in the comments. It's also in the description. We need your help in getting a little bit better equipment for our live broadcast. We need to get headsets for the whole crew. So there's a link that's pinned in the description. There's a link that's pinned in the comments. Click on that. You're able to contribute. Great. If you want to forward that over to a friend that's a Panther fan that may contribute as well, great. All right, let's go ahead and get started talking about this. Let me zoom in just a tiny bit here. Let's go ahead and talk about this Carolina Panthers team. So if you guys know, or may not know, this show on Monday following the game is 100% dedicated towards serving you and answering your questions. So there's no agenda that I have a list of things to talk about. You all control the show 100%. We'll talk about whatever you all may want to talk about. And I'll give a little filler in there if the comments start to come a little slow. But I really, really want you all to continue to get used to and like coming onto the show and speaking with me directly. So that link to come on to the show is in the description. So I think, it's at the very top. So just click on the more button if you're on your phone and go ahead and take a look. And that'll allow you to, try to make sure I pinned this one. Yeah. And that'll allow you to see the link, which you can click on and join the show. I was thinking the other day, I might get a straw to drink my water from, because whenever I drink the bottle, I got to turn the bottle all the way up here, and I feel like it just looks so strange on camera versus if I just go like this and sip on the water. But nevertheless, you'll see me my good man Thomas Frisbee says, "Hello, Chris, man of the people. Won't be able to call in tonight. Feels so good on the Panthers victory Monday." Yeah, that's I'm assuming you're definitely handling some things, because Thomas, you do come on every single week, and for you to skip coming on the day after we get a victory, 23-22, calls Dennis Allen. Not that I'm happy that he lost his job, but calls Dennis Allen to lose his job. It's kind of funny, right? Or you could look at it two different ways. Like, hey, we improved enough and beat a team that put somebody else's season in jeopardy. We want to win. Or you say, man, are we that bad that if we beat you, your team, your coach is going to be out of there because you let the Carolina Panthers beat you? I know there was a lot of tweets back and forth between Cam Jordan and Carolina Panther players, as Cam tweeted about, man, we lost to the Panthers. I'm so sorry. I expected more. And that tweet has been had attention from not one but many Carolina Panther players about that statement there. So it was some unhappy people as a result of that loss yesterday, but happy I am. I hope you are too. Great to get that victory. And actually, not to call it, but there's a chance for two in a row. There's a chance to go over to Germany, play the New York Giants, play former, I was going to say Giant, play former Panther Brian Burns get a victory, that would be great, right? Even if Burns wasn't on it, just to get 2 victories in a row would be awesome sauce, as they say. I had another news item I want to talk to you guys about that is currently slipping my mind. I was about to say losing my mind. Let's continue to give some shout outs though. So for those who are not able to, for whatever reason, click on the link to join the live broadcast. I'll take your questions through comments. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment as well. Underground West says, I feel like getting a win yesterday was very important for our young players' confidence. To see yourselves win games is big. Yeah, so Wes, you are probably talking about the young trio of Bryce Young, who's not a rookie, but he's a second-year guy that had a very big slump. But his targets were 3 guys that are first-year players, right? I mean, that's definitely something to build upon, stack upon, right? Jatavian Sanders, rookie. Jalen Coker, undrafted rookie. Xavier Legette, rookie. Those were your guys. And you can't, I won't say you can't, but you should be surprised if these guys perform at a high level. But if they do, you just gotta start to get excited, right? Don't get overly excited, but you gotta start to say, hey, we should keep playing this trio of young guys led by another young guy, Bryce Young, right? And then on the other side of the ball, Damani Richardson, really good game, led the team in tackles again for the second week in a row, had 12 tackles. Trevin Wallace continued to do well, play solid. Jolie Jewell has now taken over the famous green dot being the signal, the indication for that player is getting the helmet. That player is getting the calls from the sideline through his helmet. When Josie Jewell came back, he took over that responsibility. But Trevin Wallace on the other side, so that's 5 rookies that are making an impact on your team in the midst of a victory. So that's, again, I think that's a little hand clap, little golf clap, a little something to be optimistic about with this Carolina Panthers team and Dave Canales. So let me go ahead and tell you something that I didn't like. But first, let me do this. Tim Estes, what's going on with you? Thank you for tuning in. Ali Bodrick, he says, welcome back, Chris. The win felt good yesterday, but not to the Saints players and organization. Yeah, as I mentioned, Cam Jordan wasn't a happy guy. They even fired their head coach, Dennis Allen, today. Yes, and they named their interim coach. I forget who their interim coach is, but it happened. It happened after playing the Carolina Panthers. So, hey, continue to hit that like button. I saw we just got a few more people tap that like button. Please continue to hit that. Support the show. Support the channel. I appreciate it. Let me get this right. I want to give a shout out. I won't be able to put it on the screen because it's not an old comment, but it just wasn't left on this one. Let's see. Hopefully I can find it real quick. If not, I know I'll be able to say it in a manner that's close enough. Yeah, I can't quickly find it, unfortunately. But, man, I wish I could find it because I want to read it. Nevertheless, it was a comment from, I believe the name was Amp for Life or Amped for Life. And Amp for Life is actually a lady that's an amputee that supports and watches the channel. And yesterday, upon coming into the stadium to take the elevator, I run into her and she introduces herself. And I'm like, hey, I really appreciate your support of the channel. I really appreciate you even taking the time to just say hello and let me know that you watch the channel, because those times, it's some hard times, even though I'm passionate about it and love it. It's a lot of moving, and I'm not complaining, but it's a lot of moving pieces to it. And we're a smaller company, so sometimes you just feel like you bit off more than you can handle. And so when I get feedback, a super chat, a donation, whatever, when I get any kind of interaction from you all, it is so heartfelt and so greatly appreciated. So just want to acknowledge her once again. She says she'll take a picture next time she sees me. You got it. We will definitely take a picture. But again, just wanted to give my shout outs to her for her supporting, stopped me yesterday to say hello. And let's go ahead and move on. So let me talk about this because I was just talking about Bryce Young and all the young guys on the team. We got 5 of them rookies that are playing significant time, really starting right now. Dave Canales, I said yesterday during the show, like, man, I'm going to throw a flag on this guy. I got to throw a flag. Like, why would you not name Bryce Young your starter after winning a home game, after throwing a touchdown in 2 consecutive games, after having a game-winning drive, all these things, and you're just going to leave him hanging? I don't like it. So I had some speculation, and today Canales talked about it more, but I still have my speculation. I want to hear from you all about what you feel maybe going. And are you upset like I am that Canales has not named his starter for Germany and say that it should be Bryce Young? And I also have a really good point that I want to point out. So yesterday when it happened, I thought about it. I said, man, I wonder if he can't name Bryce a starter yet because he has to have his meeting with people that are above him, right? I can't say it yet. I might want to say it. I might think I should say it, but I haven't followed the protocol yet, which is talking with the higher ups and making sure that we all say, okay, now it's time to move Bryce along. That was the thought that I had yesterday. And speaking with the media today, the question was asked about, hey, is this maybe part of some gamesmanship that you're doing and not naming Bryce your starter yet to give New York more to have to prepare for and plan for because they don't know if they're going to see Andy or if they're going to see Bryce, as well as all the other factors of watching tape, Andy's injury, blah, blah, blah. He said it's a little bit. And the way he said it, I kind of felt like he got, I don't want to say exposed as a major, but it's like, oh, you got me a little bit. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think you gain enough an advantage by saying I'm not going to tell you who it is, as you would in giving Bryce some confidence and some momentum to continue to just build and just kind of relax for a second. Not to say that he's been tense, but just to let him own it. Like, let him own it. If he's going to be the franchise quarterback, then he's going to own this team. Let him go ahead and start owning it. And to not give him that, I think is bad. Like when Andy was starting, it was immediately after the game. Oh yeah, Andy's our guy. Okay, immediately after the game, Andy's our guy. Andy gets hurt. Oh, now we're waiting for Andy. So why did Andy get all this, Andy's our guy, when you could have had a competitive advantage, but you didn't do it with Bryce in terms of giving him that advantage? And then the other part of the injury. Look, I'm going to sound the break. Where's my breaking news button? Shackhead, I'm going to bring it on in just a second. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Dave, man, Dave. Stop. Like this team and how they talk about player injuries, just cut it out. I'm going to tell you guys straight up what I saw. And you can go back and look at the film yesterday from my live show because Andy Dalton was in the background of my video throwing the ball to family and friends. So, like, this is, if you wanted to cover this up, tell Andy not to go on the field after the game throwing the ball. But Andy Dalton, Coach wouldn't answer today whether or not Andy was 100% or not. Okay, makes no sense. Andy literally was on the field yesterday with his family and friends, and talking about the red rifle, he was literally flailing like lasers at, I guess, a family member or friend just playing catcher, maybe just to see, like, can he catch a fireball from Andy Dalton? Just boom, boom, boom. I mean, you can still say Andy's not 100% if you want. I guess, like, I can't technically prove it. I'm not inside of Andy's body. But if you got him on the field throwing the ball and throwing rockets, I mean, I was on the field like close. Okay, then Andy's not hurt anymore. He could play. He could throw the ball. But I don't like the way it's been handled. But nevertheless, I got a caller waiting. Again, you guys, links in the description for those who are able to support our GoFundMe. We need some more equipment. I need your help with doing that. If you're able to do so, great. If you want to share that with someone else or share it on your Twitter or social so we can get some help, that'd be great. And then also this show is dedicated toward talking with you all. So there's a link in the description for you all to call in. Let me go ahead and bring on my good friend, Shaq.
Hey,
What's going on, man?
what's going on? Victory Monday. Panthers, Chelsea.
How are you feeling, before you get into your normal, how are you feeling after this victory yesterday?
Pump up.
All right. I like it. What you got?
Number one, superstitious. There is a very nice gentleman. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't know if he want to be mentioned or not. But anyway, he's a PSL owner. Last year, he gave me a ticket to a seat he couldn't attend, the Packers game. Guess what happened? Bryce played yesterday, gave me his ticket. Same seat. Guess what happened? Bryce played outstanding. So perhaps the Panthers should sponsor me in that section. But anyway,
Congratulations. That's a good story.
yeah, sure is. So Bryce played pretty well. But I think part of the reason why they're saying Andy Dalton might go back or not, I really believe they might still trade Bryce. Because let's be honest, if they don't trade Bryce, Canales going to
You're
the
going to have
media
to start
today
over
and
up there, Shaq. Wait a second, because your signal just went screwy as you got to the good part of what you were going to say.
is it working now?
Give me one more test, and I think you might be.
Yeah. Think
You got to say more than one word, but go ahead and try it again, Shaq.
sure. Oh. So testing 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So anyway, what I was saying, Chris, if realistically you believe in Bryce Young being the starting quarterback, what prevent Dave Canales? Forget about sportsmanship because I don't believe it's sportsmanship. What prevent Dave Canales from going to the media today and saying, I watched the tape, Bryce is going to be our starting quarterback moving forward for the rest of the season unless they still might trade him? Because otherwise, there's no reason why Bryce shouldn't start. Because the one thing I've noticed yesterday, Chris, and I don't know if you noticed it from the press box, but Bryce with much more confidence yesterday. Remember the game against the Chargers where the ball forever? Yesterday, he got rid of the ball so much faster. Also, yesterday, he kept the plays alive. One time running for 9 yards, nearly a touchdown. He was totally different player, totally different Bryce than what we saw week 1 and 2 of the season. Now, I'm not saying he is completely the franchise starting quarterback, but right now we have nothing to lose. But what I do like about this team, 2024, pardon me, compared to 2023 team, they are playing younger players, which they didn't do that much last year or 2022 and so on. You have dogs, as Dan Morgan liked to say, Demari Richardson, undrafted safety, leading the defense with 12 tackles. Trevor Wallace was okay yesterday, a rookie from Kentucky. Javante Sanders, a 4th rounder, which, remember the game against the Saints, he had the holding penalty and a drop pass, week 1. Yesterday, he made a spectacular catch, and that play that he stayed in bound and picked up, I believe, about 20, 25 yards more, that show what kind of a character and player he is, because let's be honest, a lot of the players would catch the ball and roll out of bound, round the bound, but not Sanders. And you had Jalen Coker, undrafted, had a couple of pretty big catches. You had Leggett, with big catches. You had Shuba Abel, which they must extend him with big catches. The only downside I didn't like about yesterday, I felt like we didn't use Chuba as much as we should, and for whatever reason, they use Miles Sanders more. Maybe, just maybe, it was a showcase for Miles Sanders to be traded.
Hey, before I let you go, we got about 30 seconds. So on that Bryce Young theory of they're wanting to trade him, why not say if you're wanting to trade him, say that he is going to be the starter, which says that you have a lot of high regard for him, and then that would help his trade value. What do you think about that?
Well, maybe, maybe they want to be honest. Maybe they decide to be honest. I mean, sure, there's a lot of line in the NFL, but maybe in the background, there is already a deal in place. I guess by 4 o'clock tomorrow, we'll know, as they say, it is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much, man. Hope you keep coming on.
Sure.
Appreciate your
Thanks.
membership. All
Have a
right,
good
bye bye.
thanks.
That was my loyal guy, Shakad, jumping on and talking some football with us, and you guys can jump on as well. This show, Let's Talk About It, each Monday after the game. Except for next Monday after Germany, I'm not quite sure if we're going to do it. I do fly back that Monday, get back in Charlotte, technically, I think around 2 o'clock, but I have no idea how I'm going to be feeling. So let me just tell you now, I don't know if we're going to do the normal day after show from the Giants matchup in Germany, but this show is always about you all calling in and me just answering your question. And those who still are too shy to call in, we'll go ahead and take your comments. I'll read them. So we'll continue to work through these. Making True Money likes the Coca Crew. We're gonna go with Coca Crew. I'm gonna join my man Rashad from Panther Nation podcast and says he said that Jalen's mom doesn't really like the one version, and so he said that he's gonna go ahead and start the Coca Crew as the version. So I'm gonna help him push the Coca Crew. I told him I'd do that. Antonio, what's going on? Appreciate you. And looks like a new member. I know we got another new member yesterday. Hey, so the new members, you always get a lot of love and appreciation. Being Michelle Yvette, by the way, you do not have to be a member to come on the show. All you got to do is click on that link on your phone, your computer, whatever that's connected to the internet and also has a camera to it. But I'm going to read this and then I'm going to get to a caller that we got waiting in our luscious green room. Hey, Chris, great win. Definitely a team effort. This Eagles girl wants a win against the Giant. So, Michelle, I'm not sure which part of your name you want me to call you. Who are you going to be cheering for on December the 8th when we play the Eagles in Philadelphia? I just want to know. Let the people know. Who are you going to be cheering for when the Eagles and the Panthers play each other? I'm curious, but I got to bring on. There we go.
What's going on? How we
Look,
doing?
hey, I can't dance on camera. You guys will laugh at me, but we
Hey,
won yesterday.
listen, it's alright. We're in the same boat. We're gonna stay in our lane. We know our lane. That ain't it.
Hey, I'm mad at you. Well, not mad at you. I'm gonna have to pick at you. You said it was a good win yesterday. Come on, a good win.
Man,
It
I'm
was
just
great.
glad that they kept the mantra of keep pounding. Like they kept fighting. That's
They did.
something. Something. We just needed something. It was a great win. You're right. But man, if that's what we're gonna be, I feel like when Brooks gets back, we might have something. If the O line continues to do that,
Hey, speaking of Brooks, I know you saw me go like this. Brooks, they got until Wednesday to say whether or not they're going to activate him, and I tell you, man, the coach today wasn't convincing. Like, yeah, it's going to happen. He sounds
oh
like
no.
it's going to come down to the wire. I think Jonathan Brooks, and Jaden Crumedy, I believe, are the two guys that they got to make decisions on this Wednesday. Don't know if the trade deadline tomorrow is going to impact it. Like, hey, we'll get rid of Miles or not, because that might make things easier from a personnel standpoint. But just want to share that with you. I'll still give you your 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Oh nah, I'm listen. I just came to join and conversate, man. I ain't. It was just a great all around win. Jatavian Sanders, he showed us some of what he did in Texas. Um,
He
Bryce
did.
didn't look like he had happy feet too much. And the one interception he did have, that was just a freakishly great play by that corner. That was a freakishly great play by that corner. So I really have no complaints about yesterday outside of, I feel like a couple play calls could have been better. But it was a complete team effort yesterday.
Hey,
Still got to get rid of Miles though.
I think on
Sorry, that was a
on
last thought.
nah, we're gonna talk about that. I think on TNT with Charles Barkley, they might say like grown man moves when they talk about basketball. That was a grown
Yeah,
man move right there
it
to take
definitely
that ball
was. It
from me,
definitely
because
was.
Xavier's a big dude and he just like ripped it right from him. So, and I'm with you on those plays. I don't know if you're talking about those jet sweep reverse type things. That was my pet peeve yesterday. Any come to mind that was killing you yesterday on those plays?
Man, I know specifically it was a third down. Well, we went for a screen pass on the right side. I believe that was on second down. And then we turned around and did the same thing, basically back to the opposite side on the third down. It was just that wasn't kind of smart to me. When you missed it the first time, that kind of sort of was your opportunity. But I guess he's trying to stay within his limit of what he thinks they can do. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the small wins here. At this point, as a fan, you gotta celebrate the small wins because we need something. Like
And what are we? We in week 9, so two
nine,
wins through 9 weeks.
that's still better. Wait, listen. By no means am I trying to beat up on them.
We gonna get three? I mean, we can get three.
I hope we can get three. With a semi sorry team as the Giants. I can't call nobody sorry because it's the not for long league for one,
Yeah.
and then for two, any given Sunday. So
Hey,
it
let's go ahead and get this Giants victory so that when we come back and play the Kansas City Chiefs, we can have some. Well, we still had 2 wins before we lost.
well, yeah, let's get a little streak going. Let's get it. They looked good yesterday. I give them that. They looked like they actually had been practicing on their fundamentals and everything he's been preaching. Looked like it came to fruition a little bit yesterday. I just hope they can string the weeks together.
Absolutely. Hey, no, go ahead. I always appreciate you tuning in. I love messing with you. You're a long time supporter, checking in all the time. So, and you're a member. So let me give you some more sound effects here with the. There you go.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
thank you so
Appreciate you.
much.
I hope you have a great trip on this upcoming week. If I don't see you any, or join a live, enjoy that train ride.
Oh man, pray for me. Pray
How
for me.
did you do that on purpose, or was that on accident?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was sitting literally right here at this point, I guess maybe 2 weeks ago, when I first discovered that I messed up and bought a ticket to the wrong city. And I was just like, because I'm going to tell you, I was dead set. I was like, I don't care how much it costs, what I got to do. I worked too hard, got too much stuff to do when I get over there. I don't know where she went. But I'm getting a nonstop flight to Germany. That's what I'm doing. So I bought that ticket back in May. I was like, yes, nonstop to Germany. Because when I went to London,
Mm-hmm.
I flew to Philly and then went over to London. I'm like, nah, I'm working too hard. I got to flash it. So I've been happy for the past 5 months, thinking that I'm winning. Like I'm going straight to London. I'm sorry, to Germany. And then I found out that, yeah. So totally not intentional. And now I'm going to end up spending even more money catching a train, and then I got a rental car coming back. Anyway, I ain't gonna take up a whole show talking
Oh
about
man.
the nightmare of logistics, but yeah.
So you got to get back there to where you catching the plane from?
So after the game, so the game ends. Let's gonna say it starts at I think 3:30 Germany time. So it'll probably end around 7ish, and then I gotta do my post game show and all that stuff. So I usually don't leave the stadium until like at least 6 hours after the game starts. So it's probably gonna be like
Sheesh.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Germany time, and I need to get back to Munich. And yeah, the trains run, but they actually run like less frequently. I don't know what to call it, but it's
Oh
like a
man.
6 hours if I take the train. I'm like, no, I don't have six. I'm not getting to Frankfurt at 4 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna
Well,
document it as much as I can. I gotta
safe
try to be safe.
travels.
Yeah.
Enjoy the view. I know it's probably a whole different culture over there. Get some food and enjoy. Be
Thank you
safe.
so much.
It's no problem. Have a good one.
Oh, you too. All right, all right, all right. So you guys are getting it. You guys are getting it. You're tuning in. You're calling in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's continue to work through these comments. All right. So I think they already tried a bunch of positivity with Bryce and it didn't work. Whatever Canales is doing with Bryce now is working better. If that's a lack of attaboys, I'm not going to complain. Okay. Okay. I like where you're going with that, Richter. It could be, you have kids, each one of them. Some of them might have to get a little tough love. Some of them you might just have to say, hey, stop it. And they stop and cry. And you get them in order. Okay, I like that. Saying that Bryce not being named a starter may be may be the trick that's helping to keep the edge and perform right now. Appreciate the comment and you tuning in. What's going on, Candy Girl, 803? That means they are from South Carolina. Nothing is wrong with him. I don't think they're going to trade Bryce based on Canales' answer about having Bryce Young throw balls to the other young wide receivers and tight end. Yeah, I don't so much feel a Bryce Young trade anymore. I feel like if he was still stinking it up, then you go ahead and get rid of him. But I just feel like if your number one draft pick starts to show some promise and he can continue to make some progress, it's hard to pick these rookie quarterbacks right. It's hard to know when to put them in the game, and paying a free agent is extremely expensive. So we still got Bryce for a number of years on a rookie contract. He starts to improve, and he is more than serviceable. Stick with it, is what I say. All right, so Shaked here is talking about the pregame show on Sunday. Yes. The game is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday, which means I'm going to beg for it. I'm going to plead with you all to support our live pregame show. You're going to have to set your alarm clock. It's going to be at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time this Sunday. Not 5, but it will be at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you all could join me, great. If you can't join me live, though, just once you do get up, turn it on, watch the pregame show before the game starts at 9:30. Yeah, I'm flying to Germany on Wednesday, so almost tomorrow, but not quite yet. Appreciate you, Bryce. I am having a pretty good night. Thank you very much. Isaac Williamson, we need to keep up the youth movement, please, and thank you. Please, yeah. It will be a head scratcher if he stops the youth movement for sure. Yeah, I remember you, Michelle. I remember you stopping by when we did our pregame show by the Honeywell building. So I definitely know who you are, and remember you being a member. So maybe I got thrown off by the name. Maybe you changed your screen name for a second. But I absolutely remember you stopping by and telling us about being not only a Panthers fan, but also an Eagles fan. I grew up in that area as well. So that stood out to me, and I remembered that. So thank you so much. Got another member here, Shannon Tyler. Keep pounding, Chris. We should beat the Giants. And saying a great Monday. All right. Yeah, I think we should beat the Giants. I think Dave is too soft on the players after a loss and too soft in general. Yeah, it does take some getting used to the fact that he's always, like, you could call it soft, but he's always positive. And it seems a little different sometimes. Wanting to maybe see a little bit more emotion or something, but like hearing him today talk about the fact that he greets his players after every game with he's standing at the tunnel giving everybody handshakes or high fives, hugs, or whatever. He's touching every player before they go into the locker room. He was basically like, I just want these guys to know I love them, good or bad. I love you guys. It might not have been like in that exact tone, but that's what it made me feel like. It's like, that's good to let guys know that you're in it with them, win or lose. But, you could be I don't know. I don't have the right words right now to say it, but I agree with you. I think Dave is just different, and sometimes it catches you off guard in which the way that he presents some information. Sunday's a payback game. So again, hey, link is in the description. I'll give you all a couple more minutes to tune in if you want to jump on. Show's always about interaction. We go live for the purpose of answering your questions. I do not have a list of things to talk about. I'm just here to help you all understand this Carolina Panthers team as best I can with answering your questions. And if I can't answer the question, you know what I love to do. Go in that locker room, talk to that player, talk to that coach, get the interview, put it on the live, and let you soak it in and decide how you feel about it yourself. So that's what I have been doing, and that is what I will continue to do. Hey, just checking my notes, see if there's anything that I wanted to throw at you guys. Nothing I can think of right now, so I'll give you about one more minute, going once, going twice, to see if anyone has any questions before we get out of here. And for me, the team is off tomorrow. They could have some transactions. If they do so, I don't go live on Tuesdays, but I will do a short or a post, so you can check that out if you want to. But otherwise, Wednesday, I will have coverage before I head out to Germany. And then, we'll continue on each day with coverage as we rock out. Isaac Williams got one in here for us. I think Sunday was the first time I have seen Bryce smiling and happy. Confidence goes a very long way. Peyton Manning had a hard time till he had his breakout game. Yeah, it was like, I feel like if you got to not be human to have enjoyed seeing Bryce have a good game. Even if you were on a part of like, get rid of him, he's doing bad, because he was. But he did a good game. He won a game. So, it was great to see. I was happy to see a little bit of that Bryce come back out, that when he comes to the media, he used to come out and might, say something a little personal or crack a little joke. And you hadn't seen that in weeks. For weeks, he'd just come out there and he'd be talking like this. And you got to see a different Bryce. So that was great. Glad to see it. Shannon Tyler, our rookies are very exciting to watch. Can't wait for Brooks. Yeah, it's going to be a big decision they got to make about Brooks. His 21-day window closes in 2 days. And that will nearly be exactly 1 year from when he suffered that injury in Texas, hurting his knee. Brooks, I played the video last week. He said it's going to be a collaborative effort. It's some mental stuff. It's some physical stuff. And he wouldn't say that he was 100% yet. You don't have to be 100% to play. Obviously, it's football. You're going to have nagging injuries all the time. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't have a strong feeling which way, one way or the other right now. But we will see. All right. We got to give Kenny, I don't know why I said Kenny. I do actually. That's my barber's name. He just texted me. But Kevin Farrell, we're going to give you all the sound effects right now. I don't know if I got another one. But anyway, Kevin Farrell just became a member. Kevin, did you become a member today? Like literally just become a member? Let me know. And if you can, there's a link in the description to come on. We'd love to have you come on for a second and just say hello. And thank you for supporting the channel. We are independent media, 100% supported by you all. So I'm going to always be very appreciative to those that are members, because you literally make this channel go and afford us the opportunity to do what we do. Kevin, did you just join today? Going to give Kevin a second to see if he responds. I know there's like a 30-second delay. You have probably heard me mention that before. All right. Not seeing the response, but Kevin, appreciate you very, very much, sir, for becoming a member. We need you. We thank you. Tell a friend. You now have a friend in the media, which is me. Any questions you have about this Carolina Panthers team, let me know. Any interviews you want to see, let me know. And certainly if you see me out and about, please stop and speak to me. I'm just a guy that's lucky enough to have your support on this channel, getting to do something that I love, covering this Carolina Panthers team. Me and our photographer will be in Germany starting Wednesday evening to Thursday mornings when we land there. Bringing so much. I guarantee you're not going to get more content about the team being in Germany than you will from Charlotte Vibe this week. So stay tuned, set your notifications. Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Vibe.